The IELTS, International English Language Testing System, is a globally recognized English proficiency test, essential for three main groups. Students applying to universities in the UK, Australia, Canada, or other English-speaking countries often need a minimum IELTS score 6.5 to 9 for undergraduate or postgraduate admission. Professionals pursuing careers abroad, particularly in fields like healthcare or engineering, take the IELTS to meet employer or licensing requirements. Future immigrants to countries like Canada, Australia, or New Zealand typically require the IELTS general training for visa applications. Hello, I'm William, and in this lesson we're going to explore IELTS Speaking Part 2 in detail. What is IELTS Speaking Part 2? And how does IELTS Speaking Part 2 work? This test requires you to speak continuously for 1 to 2 minutes after a 1-minute preparation period. During your preparation time, you can quickly write down thoughts, notes, or rough ideas. What makes this section particularly demanding is that it's a solo speech. Unlike Part 1's conversation format, here you'll be speaking uninterrupted. You'll be given a topic card with specific points to cover. For instance, describe a country you visited. Please include its location, where is it, your reason for visiting, why did you go there, your most memorable experience, what happened. Before diving into response techniques, here are typical IELTS Speaking Part 2 topics. Describe an object like a book or museum piece. Recall a memorable event, a concert, wedding, or journey. Discuss an influential person, a teacher or relative. Talk about a place, your neighborhood, or a historic site. You'll usually need to cover who, what, when, where, why. Now let's look at the best tips to boost your score. First and most important, take smart notes. Use your 1-minute prep time wisely. Write down keywords and short phrases instead of full sentences. This helps you remember your ideas quickly and speak more naturally. For example, for a topic such as describe a museum, take notes like that. London British Museum. School trip 2022. Rosetta Stone, amazing. These quick notes will keep you organized without wasting time. Cover all points clearly. Make sure you answer each part of the question fully. Here's a smart trick. As you speak, lightly tap your finger next to each note on your paper. This simple action helps you remember all points and stops you from missing anything important. For example, if the card asks where it was, who you went with, what you did, touch point 1 when saying, it was in Paris. Move to point 2 for, I went with my best friend. Then point 3 for, we visited the Eiffel Tower. This method makes sure you never forget any part of your answer. Avoiding short, vocabulary-limited answers is crucial in language exams because brief responses fail to demonstrate your true linguistic ability. Examiners evaluate not just correctness, but also your capacity to elaborate with rich descriptions. If examiner asks, tell me about a city you visited, this is your chance to demonstrate. Adjective use, past tense fluency, and sensory language. A basic response could be, I visited Paris, it was nice, but the problem with this answer is that it shows minimal language ability. Try to enhance your answer like this. Last winter, I visited Paris during Christmas time. The Champs-Élysées was full of beautiful Christmas lights. As I walked, I smelled warm croissants from nearby bakeries. I loved how the busy Christmas markets and the quiet, snowy riverbanks of the Seine felt so different, yet so special. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Leave a comment below if you have any questions. let me share with you the fourth golden rule. If you have no idea what to say, just invent an answer. Imagine this scenario. The examiner asks you, describe a concert you've attended. You are thinking, oh no, I've never been to a concert. In this situation, the solution is to invent a simple but believable story. For example, well, last year my friends took me to a pop concert in Barcelona. It was very loud but exciting. The singer danced a lot and everyone sang along. I remember feeling happy because the music was energetic. Here, another example. The examiner asks you, describe a wedding you've attended. You are thinking, oh no, I've never been to a wedding. In this situation, the solution is to invent a simple but believable story. For example, last summer, my cousin got married in a small village in Italy. The ceremony was held in a beautiful old church, and afterward, we celebrated in a garden with delicious food. I remember feeling emotional when they exchanged vows because the atmosphere was so warm and joyful. Here, the fifth golden rule: structure your answer like a story. To score high in IELTS speaking, structure your answer like a short story with a clear beginning, introduction, middle, details, and end, personal reflection. This keeps your response engaging, organized, and easy to follow, impressing the examiner. Let's say the examiner asks, describe an important celebration in your culture. To respond effectively, apply the following approach. First, make a strong opening. I'll describe New Year's Eve in my country. Our most joyful celebration. Streets glow with lights, and families gather to welcome the new year. Second, make an organized main points. First, people decorate homes and buy gifts. The air smells of holiday treats. Then, at night, crowds dance outside. Fireworks and music fill the sky. Finally, at midnight, everyone cheers and hugs. It feels magical. Third, make a memorable ending. This night is special because it brings people together. It always gives me happiness and hope. By answering like a story, setting the scene, adding vivid details, and ending meaningfully, you show fluency and coherence, boosting your score. The next golden rule for the IELTS test is to use sensory details in your descriptions. This means describing not just what you saw, but also what you heard, smelled, tasted, or felt during an experience. Including these sensory elements makes your answers more vivid and memorable, which helps demonstrate your language skills and keeps the examiner engaged. Imagine the examiner asks, tell me about a market you visited. Instead of saying, the market was busy, you could say, the market buzzed with voices. The air smelled of spices, and colorful fabrics brushed against me as I walked. This approach shows your ability to use descriptive language effectively. Finally, the last piece of advice, just as important as the others, is self-confidence. Believe in your preparation, speak clearly, and trust yourself to perform well. Sometimes you have the required level, but another problem ruins your exam: lack of self-confidence. In this section, I'll give you the best keys to regain that confidence and take your exam as you should. Number 1, eye contact. Before you start speaking, take a brief moment to make eye contact, just like when you begin a conversation with a friend. For example, when saying, I'd like to talk about my favorite bookstore, look directly at the examiner, then you may glance at your notes. Remember, it's a natural back and forth, 70% eye contact, 30% checking notes. Number 2, develop a natural speaking rhythm. Rhythm refers to the natural flow of your speech, not too fast, not too slow. That helps others understand you easily. To improve your rhythm, maintain a steady pace. Try for about 120 words per minute. similar to how you'd explain something interesting to a friend. Speak smoothly. Avoid broken sentences and unclear words. Practice reading children's books aloud. Their simple rhythmic patterns help develop fluent speech. Learn to manage your time. Here's a professional secret. The sweet spot is between 1 minute 45 seconds and 2 minutes 15 seconds. Set your phone timer when practicing. If you finish early, use phrases like, "Actually, there's one more thing worth mentioning. What I haven't said yet is that." Before you start, take a quiet, deep breath. It calms nerves and supports your voice. Allow small, natural hand gestures. They make you appear more engaged. Sit comfortably upright. Good posture actually makes your voice clearer. Many students focus too much on their notes. While preparing, train yourself to look up at key moments, particularly when making important points. Also, avoid speaking to the table. Your voice gets muffled and you lose connection with the examiner. Remember, examiners aren't judging your personality, they're assessing how well you communicate. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Leave a comment below if you have any questions. Good luck with your exam. Keep practicing and you'll do great.